Good evening and welcome. You're with the news on headlines today. I'm Ruchika Tomar. Well, Narendra Modi's ministers have got a code of conduct in a bid to enhance transparency and accountability within the government. All ministers in Narendra Modi government will have to submit details of their assets, liabilities and business interests to the Prime Minister within 2 months' time. Narendra Modi's ministers have been instructed to sever all connections short of divesting themselves of ownership with the conduct and management of any business in which they had interest before being appointed ministers. Let me quickly go across to my colleague Gaurav Sawant, who's joining us with more. Gaurav, just take us through the details of this code of conduct of sorts that have been put in place. With greater power comes greater responsibility, and that seems to be the mantra that Narendra Modi seems to be following for himself and his ministers.
Accountability and transparency are two things that Prime Minister Narendra Modi seems to be striving towards. All ministers have been asked to ensure that they give details of how much assets they have, what are their liabilities, not just themselves but their close family members. Should their family members be working in any area, any particular area, then those ministers should not be working in those areas or should not be handling those projects. That's one part of the directive. The second part of the directive is also very clear. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is understood to have asked his ministers not to tell their bureaucrats to do anything that takes away from their core area of responsibility. The bureaucrats cannot do any work which is not their mandate. No political work will be done by bureaucrats. If you recall, in the previous instances, in the previous government, there were instances that members of parliament were in parliamentary standing committees of their area of interest. Someone who's working in the civil aviation field would be on parliamentary standing committee on civil aviation. Now, such things will not be permitted in this government. That is what the directive says according to sources.